Alrighty, so like 99% of you guys are not subscribed, so if you guys like more content like this, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's jump straight into it. Alright, so Boruto Chapter 57, as we all know, is going to be coming out pretty soon, April 20th, currently about a little under 2 weeks from now. Now, a lot of people kind of been wondering what's going to be happening in these upcoming chapters, because they're really hyping up Code and his whole plan and following in Jigen's footsteps, and then we still have the Ten Tails just kind of lying around there, so we got a lot of stuff that's going to be going on, so we're going to kind of cover what's going to be happening and what to expect in these upcoming chapters. First of all, I didn't end up talking about Chapter 56, I don't believe. I was having some issues with my channel, but that's all resolved now, so I'm just going to kind of gloss over some of the stuff that kind of happened in 56 so we can understand what's going to be happening in 57, right? So Chapter 56 was mainly a dialogue chapter. It kind of starts off with, you know, Boruto kind of being seen as a celebrity because they kind of want to hide the fact that he is the Karma and kind of what's going on. So because if they found out, the villages or the other villagers might want to have him exiled or removed from the village, because that's a huge threat right there. He's secretly Shikadai mentions that he's secretly being under constant surveillance, and we see some of the Genin kind of talking, and it seems that Team 7 is dismantled indefinitely. So we can see that the Boruto franchise kind of mirroring the Naruto franchise, in the sense that this is kind of the part in Naruto where Team 7 is dismantled and Sasuke begins to go rogue, right? That's kind of like where we are at in Boruto. It's unclear if we're going to have another show afterwards for Boruto when he's older. I kind of hope not. I'm really looking forward to seeing him like grow up very soon, but I'm going to get to that in a second. So we see Boruto kind of talking to Kawaki and telling him that his dad is kind of weak now. It's kind of hard to protect the village because he no longer has Kurama, which was one of his strongest assets, and you know Sasuke is also weak as well. So he mentions that they need to train. We also see that Amato literally casually mentions that he had cyborgs stronger than Jigen, and Code was one of them. He mentions that he was so powerful that he had limiters, but the only reason that he wasn't disposed like the other ones, hint hint wink wink, was because he was like so loyal to Ishiki, right? That's why he wasn't disposed. Conveniently, immediately after Amato says that, Code goes to Boro's hideout and literally finds one of them. Her name is Aida. She's presumably going to help him with the extraction of the Otsutsuki DNA and like kind of help him out. It's also possible that Code could be trying to rebuild Kara from the ground up with some new members. There's potentially more cyborgs out there, you know what I mean? This kind of gives me some Android 16 vibes from Dragon Ball Super, where obviously he was kind of like locked away in his own little pod or whatnot, and then he gets taken out and he's super powerful. That's kind of like what this is reminding me of. So what can we really expect for Chapter 57 in these next upcoming chapters, right? Because of what Boruto says to Kawaki, we can definitely assume that there's going to be a training arc or a small time skip, right? Because of what Boruto said to Kawaki. I'm hoping they can get much more powerful, maybe get some more training with Sasuke and Naruto before the whole attack. We also don't know how many cyborgs are there, but it's not looking so good for the village hidden in the leaf, because if Code found one so easily, I'm presuming there's like at least maybe one or two other ones, maybe one that won't even be mentioned until later on. But just the fact that Code is stronger than Jigen, which was given Naruto and Sasuke such a hard time, and he has a white Karma, I don't know, this is turning out in a very interesting way. Something I forgot to mention is that Kawaki also stated that Boruto could try to give Code his Karma, because they're 80% Otsutsuki, so they can give other people their Karma in case somebody takes Boruto's body. Boruto can take somebody else's body, but he doesn't want to do that because that's kind of sacrificing someone else. But Kawaki's like, you know, Code is an exception, terrible guy, you know. It would make sense, right? It would make sense. Not saying I would necessarily want it to happen, but in theory it makes sense, right? But yeah, moving back to the fact that the village hidden in the leaf is kind of going through a rough patch here. Currently, their strongest people to protect the village, Sasuke and Naruto, are both significantly nerfed. Naruto losing Kurama, Sasuke losing the Rinnegan. They're both still very powerful, and I have a video talking about how strong Naruto is without Kurama, but I don't think they're necessarily capable of defeating this threat. Think about it, if they're like struggling with like Ishiki, for example, with all their buffs, if you just significantly nerf them, they're not really going to stand too much of a chance, especially the fact, I haven't talked about this too much in videos, and I might mention in another one, but you still have the Ten Tails lying around, and you still have Code lying around, like, I don't know, man. I feel like we might see another Ten Tails Jinchuriki, which is gonna really suck. It would be kind of interesting to see, and also it kind of gives me some hope that potentially Kurama can get revived through the chakra and the Ten Tails. Again, I'm gonna talk about that more in another video. Kind of moving on here. I think now would be the best time to strike while the Hokage is weak, but because of plot purposes and, you know, pacing, I don't think that's really going to happen. Obviously, you're going to see Boruto and Kawaki train. I don't think they're going to interrupt that before it starts, you know what I mean? But while that's happening on their side, I think on the other side, we're going to see some code rebuilding of Kara, because Amato mentions that he's one of the last inner members. And also, I think in between this time, you know, you got to have some stuff for Sasuke and Naruto to do. I think there's going to be some dispute between amongst the villages, because the word is going to get out, people are going to find out, and when people do, the other villages are not going to like it, right? That's just a disaster waiting to happen. I can see some people disagreeing. Gaara's most definitely going to probably take Naruto's side, but I can't say the same about the other people, like, you know, the Raikage, Darui, you know, Tsuchikage, Mizukage. Yeah, I don't really see how. I don't think that's going to pan out too well. Anyways, I'm getting kind of ahead of myself. Overall, there's a lot of things to look forward to. Again, kind of look out for that training arc. I'm really hoping that Boruto and Kawaki can kind of get training with not only Sasuke and Naruto, but also like Kakashi. I think that'd be kind of cool, you know, him kind of playing a role in training these students as well, because you gotta think about it. Naruto and Sasuke, especially Naruto, he's not the only Hokage to get significantly nerfed. You see Kakashi as well. He got the DMS, and then he just loses them both immediately after. And you can kind of, I kind of want to see some conversation going on between Kakashi and Naruto, see if he can give some wisdom, because just because he got significantly nerfed, that's not it. That's not it with Naruto and Sasuke, right? Anyways, if you guys like more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to get that Anime World hoodie. Let me know what you guys think is going to be happening in these upcoming chapters. I think I have a pretty good idea what's going to go on, but you never know. They might throw a curveball. You never see. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one.